All right. Odds to be the number 1 overall pick. It's Caleb Williams. That's it. I mean, you're not playing minus 1,600. You're only going to see maybe if you think you have a feeling, but there's really no value there. The draft starts at 2 because what's going to happen at 2 becomes very interesting. And when you look at the numbers, all right. So Drake Maye, Jayden Daniels. Drake Maye, a little bit of a favorite over Daniels. But, that becomes more of a sort of, 55-45 proposition. It would be interesting to see. And again, Bears on the clock at 1. Looks like they're going to trade Justin Fields. He's minus 250 to be in Atlanta. Number 2 pick, the Washington Commanders. Number 3, New England. Number 4, Arizona. All right, let's get the guys in and find out what's what. Larry Hartstein, Mike McClure, Alex Selesnick, I'm Eric Kuselias. All right, there's some clues that we get when we look at other numbers. Marvin Harrison Jr. is minus 650 to be the first non-quarterback taken, and he's like minus 550 to end up with Arizona. So basically, he's locked in at 4. So they're telling me it's going to go quarterback, 1, 2, 3. So the question is, after Caleb Williams, who's number 2? You want the minus money, you're going to lay the juice with Drake Maye, or you want the plus money with Jayden Daniels? Larry, you're first.
I think you're going to be able to get a better price on Drake Maye than minus 135 if you wait a little bit. I don't think they can go wrong with either of these guys, but I do think ultimately Cliff Kingsbury will be working with Drake Maye. The word is that he is not tied to wanting a running quarterback, although Drake Maye is mobile. It's not like he can't move. Of course, he's nothing like Jayden Daniels, who ran for 1,100 yards, put up 50 touchdowns, completed over 70% of his throws. There's nothing bad you could say about Jayden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner, but Drake Maye, the elite arm strength, 79 big-time throws the last 2 seasons, the prototypical NFL quarterback at 6'4", 230. I think he's going to go number 2.
All right. I think the other 3 of us are going the other way. I like Jayden Daniels. I'll tell you, I'm starting to hear analysts on television and on radio and people out there tell me that they think Jayden Daniels should be the number 1 pick. I don't know if he's going to fall to 3. I like the plus money. Alex Selesnick?
I'm with you, EK. I like the plus money here as well. I think the pick is going to be Jayden Daniels. First and foremost, on this coaching staff for Washington, no one who was involved in drafting Sam Howell remains. So we're definitely obviously going quarterback here. But just looking at Jayden Daniels, I think he's a much more natural fit for Cliff Kingsbury. If we look at the quarterbacks that Cliff Kingsbury has coached, whether it be Johnny Manziel, Kyler Murray, I think Jayden Daniels just makes more sense as a dual threat quarterback, also ultra experienced as well. So yeah, I just think this is a good spot for him. I think Washington ultimately takes Jayden Daniels, and I think it's a great number here. You better jump on this one quick.
Terrific point, fitting him into the Washington system and their new offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury. Michael McClure, you're going to make it 3-1 here?
Yeah, same spot here. I like Jayden Daniels, number 2 overall. The plus 140 will likely be minus 150 in the next 10 days, in my opinion. I love the fit with Cliff Kingsbury. When you look, like Alex said, at the quarterbacks Kingsbury's had throughout his career, dating back to Texas Tech and then in other times in other spots, Jayden Daniels is someone who got progressively better and is really rising up at this particular point. He reminds me a little bit of what Patrick Mahomes did in college a little bit, and that's an offense that could not be stopped with a defense that couldn't stop anyone. The only difference is he was doing this offensively against some of the legitimate guys who are going to be playing on Sunday defensively from that SEC defense that he faced week in, week out. So when I look at the dual threat ability and specifically bringing Cliff Kingsbury in, I think this is all Jayden Daniels here. I think his stock is only rising and is going to continue to do that over the next few weeks.
All right, so let's move off the number 2 overall pick and go to best bet. A lot of different places to go. Mike, since you had to go last, you get to go first here. What is your best bet, top prop 2024 NFL draft?
I'm going Brock Bowers to be drafted by the Jets at plus 900. I'll also look for him to just simply be a top 10 pick overall. But for me and the Jets, it's go time right here. You've got an aging Aaron Rodgers off the Achilles injury. So you've got really 2 options here. I think the options are you grab a tackle to help protect him, or you go grab someone that's going to make an impact immediately at a relatively weak position for the franchise. That's the tight end position. Brock Bowers' skill set fits so nicely here. I agree that they still want the tackle if the tackles are available, but I think we're going quarterback, wide receiver, and then I think we're going to hit 2 tackles in the top 10. That's why I like the Jets here, plus 900, 9-1. I think it's great value for someone that Aaron Rodgers could absolutely use.
Yeah, the tight end like Sam Laporta and what he did last year, it's not going to hurt a guy like Brock Bowers. Larry, you're next. Top prop 2024 NFL Draft.
I don't think Brock Bowers is dropping to the Jets, and I don't think they're going to be able to get and snag him because I think the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh are going to take him at number 5 or even a little bit lower if they do make a trade. I don't think he's going to fall to the Jets because this is what Jim Harbaugh loves. He loves a move tight end, a tight end who can block. Gerald Everett is a free agent, and he's not a good blocker anyway, so you need to help Justin Herbert. Obviously, this guy is a freak, 450 yards after the catch. He can run over you. He can run around you. Clearly the best tight end in the draft. I think Harbaugh will not let him get by.
Alex?
Yeah, I'm with Larry here. I think Brock Bowers goes number 5 overall to the Chargers. I think he's the perfect fit for this offense. I think Justin Herbert really needs a reliable target. If we look at the weapons on the Chargers, Keenan Allen is certainly playing great football, but he's well past the age of 30. Mike Williams coming off of a devastating knee injury. Austin Eckler did not look good. He is a free agent as well. So they need some talent at skill position players. Larry also mentioned Gerald Everett being a free agent. We look at Jim Harbaugh dating back to when he was with San Francisco, having Vernon Davis as that move tight end. I just see Bowers able to do a lot of the same things. We know Greg Roman as well. He uses or deploys more heavy and 12 personnel than any coach or coordinator in the NFL. So this one just fits on paper, and I think he'll be the most talented player available at number 5 as well. So I think it's a perfect match for Bowers to go to the Chargers.
You guys all have Brock Bowers? What are you talking without me? The 3 of you getting together? I like to be included if there's going to be any group texting or talking. I like to be invited. I know, I'm that guy. I'm not going to go, but I want to be invited. Right? If you guys are going to do it, I'm not going to show up, but I at least want to be asked. Yes, I know, that guy's a pain, and I am that guy. You know what I mean? But you should. I just want to be invited. That's all I'm saying. I'm going J.J. McCarthy to the Broncos at plus 500. I don't see any way he gets by them. The only way he's not getting picked there is if Vegas trades up ahead of him. Atlanta would be interesting to take him, but clearly the market believes that's where Justin Fields is going. Justin Fields is minus 250 to go to Atlanta. So if Atlanta comes off the board and J.J. McCarthy is not one of the top 3 quarterbacks, 1, 2, 3 out of the gate, the Broncos are sitting there. That's the squad. That's the group. And I'm getting huge value. I love plus 500 J.J. McCarthy to the Broncos, who are going to get rid of Russell Wilson. And he's like, I want to stay. Yeah, they don't want you $50 million a year. That's the guy. That's the spot. That's a guy that Sean Payton, can get interested in having on his squad. I think that's where they're going to start over, and that's where I would like to be. All right, early Heisman odds are out. Mike, me and you are going to do this quickly. Who's your selection on this list for the early odds to win the Heisman Trophy?
Well, he's not on the list here, EK, but he's on the next page for sure. It's going to be Avery Johnson from Kansas State. I did a show earlier in the season where we grabbed this number 60-1. It's down to 25-1 now. There's a reason why Will Howard's playing at Ohio State and not Kansas State here, because he was not going to be the starter if he played for Kansas State. Now, that might seem a little crazy that he wasn't going to be good enough to start for Kansas State, but he is for Ohio State. This kid, Avery Johnson, a true, legitimate dual-threat quarterback. Our partners over at 24/7 Sports have a freaks list, and that measures a lot of their athletic scores. He was passing guys like Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson in terms of some of those ratings. He is incredible with the ball in his hands. He's only going to develop further as a passing option, but they also have a pretty decent schedule this year, including a stretch where they play 5 consecutive home games. I think this is a great spot. The number's obviously already been cut in half, but I think he's going to absolutely be relevant at the end of the season.
It's really smart. I mean, I didn't see that one, and I'm going to like that one, and I'm going to go play that. So that's what you do. That's why you watch. That's why you tune in. So you get smart people saying smart things that can end up on your sheet. I'll go more mainstream. Look, I like Will Howard at Ohio State because I think Ohio State's going to have a big year. Michigan's going to be down. The schedule's going to be right there. He's going to go crazy. But I'm going to go with Quinn Ewers. You know, he's just a great player. And you could see last year that the rose was about to go into full bloom. And, you know, Wayne Gretzky always said it. The reason why I'm better, I don't skate to where the puck is, I skate to where the puck's going. And you can see this is where the puck is going. Texas is going to have a nice year on offense. They made it, made that big leap and got there. He came back. They're loaded on the line. The guy always going to have weapons. Give me Ewers at plus 750. All right, well done, gentlemen. Always appreciate you. Always like what you're saying here. And of course, the Texas machine will crank up if he gets close there. Our machine cranking up every night, right? We got all the picks in one spot. You put the promo code in winners. Go to sportsline.com/Jordan. Scan that now. That'll get you 60% off an annual plan. NBA late slate. Yeah, report to the dance floor. Best bet you can make in the association. That's straight ahead. I'm Eric Kuselias. Yeah, SportsLine.